Starting now.
Okay, so what was in the box the other day? In case you didn't read the title of the video. Yeah. Stupid. Okay. Now there's an interesting story behind this. I talked to my dealer back in March, and I said, I need 500 rounds of 30 carbine. He said, I'm on my way to the shop now, I think I got it in stock. What else do you want? I said, I want a governor. 3 kinds. Stainless, blue, and blue with crimson trace. And I said, what does not have the fiber optic glow-in-the-dark bullshit? He said, I don't know, I look it up. I'll get back to you. Never called back. 2 days later, I got him on email, and he said, they have all the models, what do you want? I said, the stainless. Okay. I call a few days later, I say, you get my order back? Didn't return my phone call. And I'm calling and emailing, stupid fucking truck. And I'm calling and emailing twice a week for a month. Where the fuck? I even called the Rain. I said, do you guys know where Richie is? No, I have no idea. And I'm thinking maybe he's sick, maybe he's in the hospital, God forbid, blah, blah, blah. So I called back one night, he answers the fucking phone. Hey, Jackie's Vinny. Every cop in Yonkers knows me as Jackie's Vinny because my mother retired from the department. So if you ever come to Yonkers and you see Yonkers cop, say you know Jackie's Vinny and he won't arrest you. Okay? Anyway. You get my order? Yeah, I got the ammo. Where's the gun? Oh, okay. He ordered it for me. He was in the hospital for a week. He had stomach problems. So I said, okay, fine. I'll get the gun later. Your health is more important, so no problem. He ordered the fucking thing. A few days later, it came in, but I'm on my way to my spot, and I can't. And by the time I get off of work, he's closed the shop, so I gotta wait till Tuesday. I go down. I pick it out, get it. Now in New York, you have to fill out 2 forms for a handgun and mail it to the county judge. The county judge signs it, and they reprint your license. In New York State, your handguns are literally written on the back of your license. And you get the new license issued, and you go to the FFL and you say, here's my new handgun license, here's a new gun, and then he gives you the gun. So, we fill out the 2 forms, mail it in. A month goes by, I go to the range, shoot my Glock. I ask the range director, how long did you wait for your XD registration? XDS registration. About 6 weeks. They lost my application. Oh yeah. Some guy waited 3 months. Motherfucker. So that night I get the fucking thing in. Saturday night I get the fucking registration in the mail. I call and I say, Rich, I'm gonna come down Monday, because he's off on weekends. I'm gonna pick the gun up in between shifts. He doesn't get my message. He decides to take off on Monday. And I'm waiting there for an hour and a half, he never shows up. So I text him the next day, he's gonna come in. He didn't get my message that okay, so I go down, pick it up. Oh, it's here. We're gonna safety check this now. Gun is clear, dirty as shit, but clear. Push the crane in like Barry says. I'm gonna put a link down below for Barry and Eric's Revolver etiquette video. Moon clip 45 ACP. Yeah, it is far back there. Okay. This is the grip. It's like a specialized rubber. It absorbs recoil. This is the trigger. Most of you know most of this stuff. This is just a beginner's video in case an amateur is watching. I usually like to do that in my gun reviews. This is the trigger guard. This is the trigger itself. This is the cylinder release latch. Push it forward. Slightly EGA. Okay. This bump in here is the locking lug that locks in with these when you close and open the revolver. Okay, you want to try this gently. You don't want to slam. I'll get that in a minute. This is the ejector rod on the cylinder. Left-handed, God forbid. Ejects the spent casings. This is the forcing cone, which when you close the revolver cylinder, there used to be a gap. A lot of revolvers have a gap where the bullet goes out of the gap, jumps in midair, and then goes into the barrel itself. This forcing cone guides the bullet from the chamber directly into the barrel. This is the hammer, double action, single action. This is the rear sight. It is a trench sight. Goes straight the full length of the frame. Front post sight. Non-fiber optic, non-glow in the dark, standard bullshit. This is called the recoil guard. There's no one in front of the behind the camera, by the way. This is the barrel itself. The barrel is stainless steel. It sits inside of the scandium alloy frame. Now, the proper way to load and unload a revolver, I'm left-handed, but my world is backwards, I'm sorry, is to push this button out and gently tap or hit or press. Another way to do it is okay. You want to try as hard as you can not to slam it. Obviously, under pressure, home invasion, fast reload, you're going to be slamming and banging it. But under normal circumstances, you don't want to slam the revolver because you can loosen the cylinder, you can loosen the hammer, you can loosen the trigger, you can break off this bump here. And Barry and Eric show you a prime example of a revolver that was abused. Go and check that out. Take the ammo in this moon clip. I'm going to go over that in a separate video. Drop the ammunition into the revolver. Try to push on this crane here. The crane. And push it into battery. To eject it, push back. Eject. Another way to do that, rather than hit the ejector rod, is to simply tip and allow it to fall. If you are tipping it, is that off screen? If you are tipping it, please make sure the barrel is in a safe direction. You don't want to have an open window with a neighbor looking at you. You don't want to have a friend sitting next to you. There's no one in this room right now, so I'm all clear. There are 2 moon clips that come with it. I also bought 15 from Wesson Combat. Okay. You can also shoot 45 long Colt and 410. There was actually a 45 long Colt spent casing from the factory. Yeah, it's fucking dirty right now. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go over the trigger for a minute. The gun is empty. The box is out of my way. The ammo is out of my way. This gun has a double action and single action trigger pull. Most of you know this already in case you do not. The gun is empty. The ammo is gone. When you pull this hammer back, the trigger goes back to that point. Watch. That required no pressure. If you have this hammer like this, trigger like this, if you sneeze, this will go off. If you have this in the car and you hit a speed bump, it will go off. Okay? This is very dangerous. This is only for range use and only when you've made the decision to shoot. When this hammer looks like this, it's for one of 2 reasons. Either A, you're at the range shooting it downrange, or B, you've unloaded it for a review like I'm doing now. And there's no one in that direction. The room is safe. For defense, the hammer is forward, the trigger is forward. That is a 12-pound pull. In fact, I can't even use my right hand. Yeah. So this is a very, very deliberate pull. This is your defensive pull. And this is your carry position. This is your home defense position. The gun is always like this unless you're at the range. Now, when the hammer is pulled back, notice this will not open. Now, if the ammunition is in the cylinder, hammer is like this, you are fucked. Because it will be very difficult to get the ammunition out. There's only one way to do that. Hold the hammer like this, hold the trigger like that, and gently release it. Now, that is extremely difficult. Because the gun was unloaded, there was no problem. If this gun is loaded, and if this gun is loaded, and you fuck up on it, it can discharge. You might sneeze, you might burp, you might fart. Someone might walk in the room and catch you. Most experts, well, an amateur is not experienced enough to be doing this with a live gun. An expert is too smart to be doing it with a live gun. Okay? No expert will do this with a live gun unless they're at the range facing downrange, because they know something could go wrong. Very important knowledge. Obviously, if you're into revolvers, you know this already. If you're just getting into revolvers now, that's a good point for you. If you never bought a gun before, you're looking for your first gun, very important point. I have not shot this on 45 Colt yet or 410 shot shell. Will I? I don't know. One thing about the 45 ACP, it's cheap and easy to load. Another thing about the 45 ACP you gotta know, it shoots low. If you want to hit 12 o'clock, you have to aim at 6 o'clock, because this is a low profile sight, plus the bullet is way back in the cylinder. So the bullet's got to travel all this way. Whole area is secure. This whole area is clear, there's no one around. Solid concrete walls, empty gun, ammunition's here. The bullet has to travel all this way to get to the forcing cone, to get to the barrel. 45 long Colt, a little further up. 45 410 shot shell right at the mouth. I was using standard bullseye target that's yay big at 10 feet. After I got done with all the ammo, the range instructor said, try pushing it back and getting the larger human target or bottle target. Now you tell me. And I said, 90% of the time you're out of that shit, but whatever. So I got to go back and experiment again. ACP, a little further away than 10 feet, larger target. This is intended as a close quarter gun. If you're looking for a revolver to shoot dimes at 100 yards, look somewhere else. This gun is intended for, the bad guy is 6 feet away from me, he's closing in fast, and I gotta pull. This is a point and shoot gun. Point and shoot gun. Okay? I have no time to aim. The bad guy's coming. That's why this is the nightstand gun or the truck gun. You don't see a lot of guys carrying these, because they carry these and they have a threat 20 feet away. It's gonna be a little difficult. Day before I bought it, Jerry Michalek took the stainless steel and made a video. I saw it after I got done shooting. Jerry put the 410 shot shells in here, and he tried several different shot loads. Number 6 buck on a steel plate, 19 fucking pellets. I'll put Jerry's link below also. Also Fate of Destiny's link. Fate of Destiny tried all 3 ammos. Jerry then took a buck and bull 410 load, put it through the ballistics gel. The block was this long, right through it. From point blank range, this is the ultimate gun. This is the last thing you want in your face at point blank range for carjackers, home invaders. This is absolutely the last thing I want. 410 might seem like a puny load, but if I have a 410 shot shell, 2.5 inches, and I got the shot right at the muzzle, right outside the forcing cone, and it goes to a 2.5-inch barrel, and you get 19 pellets in the face and neck, you're fucked. Okay? This is the no-nonsense close quarter gun. And that's what I knew when I picked it up. I had no illusions about shooting dimes at 100 yards. And this is about it. The MSRP is about $850. So it's a Smith. It's got all the same stuff the Smith has. The hammer. It is a Smith revolver. It's just that it's an unusual revolver. Unlike the Taurus Judge, which is a piece of shit, this has 6 loads, and instead of 2 calibers, you get 3 calibers. The ACP is added on here. So I'm gonna give it a couple more tryouts. I'll do another update on that, but this is it. I have no complaints about it. I knew what it was for. It was a close quarter gun. I made no mistake about that. I'm gonna make a separate video on the Moon Clip tool if I have time. Alexa, what time is it, please?
It's 12:01.
I have time. I'll make the updated video. Okay, thank you.